So what did you think of the news there with Beasley coming back?
Well, it's good to have him back. Obviously, we've missed him. Just his presence, everybody in the locker room loves that guy. I kind of found out about it last week. Bean kind of told me, like, hey, we're thinking about doing this. I was like, I'm all for it, and I know that the guys in the locker room would feel the same way. So, yeah, happy that I'm back.
You had a great connection. 82 receptions his last 2 years were here, so obviously you've got a nice feel for him. Do you expect you could pick that up relatively quickly here if he gets on the field?
I definitely think so. I think, the rapport that we've had with each other the last few years, again, the communication that, he sees the field like a quarterback when he's out there, especially in zone coverages, and just being able to trust him. And obviously it's not going to be perfect right away, but to kind of go back and maybe sit down and watch some film and just talk about some different things maybe that we're doing. Again, I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't know really what the plan is. But if he's ready to go, we'll be ready to go with him. And that's it.
What did you see from him on the practice field today? You think he's ready to go out there this week if given the opportunity?
I think so. I think that is remains to be seen. I think it's really relying upon him and how he's feeling too. Don't want to rush somebody out there, and especially if not sure what the game plan is and things of that nature. So again, just making sure that we have the ultimate trust when we put him out there. He knows what's going on, and I got no doubt that he does. But again, we'll see.
Did you feel that chemistry coming back already?
Yeah, absolutely.
Going back to something you just said, Brandon said the same thing when we asked him about it this morning. He said that Cole is unique in that he sees the field like you do. Now, I think I understand that. Can you kind of take me inside that, though, how it actually applies, within game and leads to maybe some of the success that you
when it comes to zone coverages, like he knows where defenders should be at. He knows leverages. He knows what windows that I'm looking at. And he's just got such a good feel. If he's not seeing me, he's going to find a window where he can see me. And again, just smart where he knows when it's man at zone. We run different concepts with him because he can read basically two guys at one time, which not everybody can do. It's not the easiest thing, but definitely some concepts that maybe we'll bring back if he's back. But again, who knows if that's going to happen.
So it's been difficult to replace that, obviously, taking nothing away from anyone else, and obviously you're dealing with an injury with Jamison, but as you look at running this offense, to have that element back, how valuable is that relative to everything that you guys try?
Yeah, well, I think our guys have been doing a really good job. I think, obviously Isaiah, taking advantage of some man-to-man reps inside, running away from guys, and that's what he's really good at. Throwing Steph in the slot a few times this season has been really beneficial for us as well too. But it's just another option for us, for him to go out there and be an extension of the run game. Maybe do some some older concepts that maybe we haven't ran that much this year. But again, I think we feel comfortable with where we're at with him and with the other guys that we got going.
As you've looked at the tape this week of the Dolphins, what is different about their front now with Bradley Chubb in the mix?
Again, I think they're playing really well. I think Phillips is playing at a high level right now. Obviously, bringing in and trading for a guy like Bradley Chubb, who's one of the premier pass rushers in the league. Their safety, number 8, Holland, is flying around. He makes a lot of plays. He's their captain. Makes all their calls for them, and he's flying around. He's a heck of a young talent too. And again, they do such a good job of getting to the quarterback and making it hard for the quarterback to see things, and they're bringing pressure from this way and bringing it from that way. And again, we just got to be on our P's and Q's, understand our base rules, and I got to be spot on with protection and if we're going to make any adjustments to their pressure.
They were after him almost every snap. Are you expecting that you're going to probably see something like that?
I mean, I'd like to say yes, but who knows? These division games, especially when you play teams twice, and we've played them a lot. And they know us and we know them, and I can sit here and say they're going to bring 0 every play, and they might not bring it at all. And so again, we're going to have to adjust in game and feel the flow of what their game plan is going to be. But again, that first few drives will be a fill out process and just kind of understand, again, trusting my eyes, trusting the protection, trusting the rules that we have, and again, making adjustments as we go.
You have a chance to clinch a playoff berth this week. What's been the message and the approach to getting close to one of those season goals that you had?
Yeah, again, we're taking it one game at a time. And it happens to be against a division rival who we've already lost to this year. So again, we're just working on putting our best foot forward in practice this week and trying to put together a good game plan to try to go and execute Saturday night.
Hey Josh, not a lot of explosive plays over the last 2 games. How easy or how tough is it to stay patient and take what defense is providing?
I think at times it can get frustrating and not so easy. But again, I trust, what Dorsey's calling. I trust our guys on the offense. I trust our guys up front. So again, just finding the right spot to get the ball to, letting our guys, make plays with the ball in their hand, getting our run game going, and just playing complementary football. That's what we're trying to do.
Josh, you guys are 7 for your last 8 in the red zone. I think the only one you missed was the Detroit when they got that up in the air. What's been the difference compared to the struggles you guys had earlier?
I think just really honing in, in our walkthroughs in our practice of the calls that we're calling, making sure that we're comfortable with those, understanding those calls, and then again, it's stuff that we know, kind of some older concepts that guys have a lot of reps at. So when we're out there, we can kind of play free, and I think running the ball down there too has been helping us out a lot.
Polar opposite in terms of weather from the last time you played them down there. Have you talked about that at all, of what you expect this week, and it's kind of the opposite situation?
In terms of last game, we don't really talk about that, but we know it's going to be snow. I asked our guy Jeff Mazurek, I go, what do we expect? And he just said snow. That's it. So it's going to be snowy and cold for them. It's going to be snowy and cold for us. We'll have to deal with it to the best of our abilities.
Do you think it's fitting that it evens out that way? I mean, they got their heat advantage, and you guys get your cold advantage.
Yeah, it's a little ironic, or I don't know what type of word. Poetic, yeah. I guess you can say. Yeah, it is what it is. Playing in December in Buffalo, it's not the easiest task to do. But again, it's cold for them. It's cold for us. We get to practice in it. That's one advantage that we get, and it's something that we've played in before. So we got to use it.
Josh, you talked about your feet get cold in these games, and you talk about practicing in it and playing in it, like the New England game when it was 0. What have you learned about it, whether it's preparing for it, whether it's what you're wearing? Have you learned anything over the years of how to deal with it?
Cold. I don't know. No, I took my shoes off right now because my toes are still frozen from practice. Again, just finding what works for you, whether it's a limited warm-up time in the cold, wearing the long sleeves, wearing some under stuff just to keep that warmth up. Whether it's like some icy hot stuff on your toes to try to keep the circulation going down there. Every game's kind of different. Every weather scenario you're in's a little different. But again, staying on the heated benches as much as possible, hands in the hand warmer as much as possible.
Is there anybody on the team that really likes it, the cold?
Dawson Knox gets to take all those photos outside and warm ups with his tank top on, and he looks good. So.